Let me ask you a question. How do you normally spend your vacation? At the beach, maybe with your family? How about a cross-country motorcycle ride for charity? That's what one Army veteran is doing to help bring awareness and support to his fellow service members and veterans who suffer from mental health issues. It's called the Soldier's Ride for Life. The ride is over 2 weeks and covers 5,000 miles cross-country by motorcycle, making stops at military installations from Washington State all the way back here to New York. And the effort's being put together by a nonprofit organization called Stop Soldier Suicide. I'm joined by the organization's founder, former U.S. Army captain and patriot, Brian Kinsella. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, Andrew.
You know, I've gotten myself involved with a veterans organization that deals with PTSD, alcoholism, suicide, called Horses for Heroes. And what I've learned is, and tell me if I'm right about this, that it's not that the VA mental health corps or the mental health professionals are bad people. If they haven't experienced what our veterans have experienced, a prescription's not going to solve that problem. The old lay on the couch and tell me about your problem isn't going to solve the problem. You really need to be able to have people who have been there and done that to understand the problem.
Absolutely. Stop Soldier Suicide is founded and run by an all-volunteer force of current military officers and also people who have served, like myself, who are now in the veteran status. And it's built on a foundation of mutual understanding and camaraderie, just like soldiers experience when they're in the military. And as a result, even though the Army is doing a great job of trying to remove the stigma from coming forward and seeking mental health care, by going to an organization that offers free civilian mental health care as a complement to what the military and Department of Veterans Affairs is doing, you know, it's a safe place where they can go to get the help they need.
You know, it's amazing. You look back over the big wars, World War I, World War II, when a lot of our grandfathers came home from World War II, they were welcomed with open arms. The war was obviously political in the sense there's always been an anti-war movement, but you know, that old line about politics ending at the shores, that was held true. But a lot of these guys came back, and that was a generation when you didn't admit that you might have issues. They didn't call it PTSD back then. They called it shell shock or whatever they called it. And a lot of the guys drank themselves to sickness. Fast forward to the Vietnam War, and the war was very political. There was not a lot of support for returning troops. They pretty much had to make their own way. And you fast forward to our generation, and you know, this was a prolonged effort. We had a much smaller military. A lot of guys were doing 4 tours, some doing 5 tours. It wasn't 1 year and done like other engagements. We're dealing with a heavy weight to carry for a lot of these guys that we have demanded way too much from.
Absolutely. And one of the unique things about our organization that makes us different is people do want to help veterans. They do welcome them home with open arms. But there is this population of people who don't necessarily know where to go to help. So what we do and what we've done is created a network, not just of mental health care providers, but also of organizations that are nonprofits, in some cases for-profits, but want to help soldiers, have a very complementary mission that plugs in and nests very well with what we're trying to do to get soldiers help. So, for example, if a soldier or a veteran reaches out to Stop Soldier Suicide and they say, I have a suicidal ideation and it's because I can't get a job, I'm having trouble with my transition, what we do is we say, all right, we're going to connect you with a mental health care provider, but we're also going to connect you with one of our partner organizations, and we try to target the individual community that they're working in or trying to get a job in, and we connect them with someone who can also assist in that manner. So Stop Soldier Suicide is a conduit organization that taps into a network of other organizations that are providing soldiers and veterans the help they need.
Now, let me ask you about the ride part now. Do you invite soldiers to ride their own motorcycles? Are motorcycles provided? If there's a guy on a base who says, you know, I really just want to hit the open road for a couple of miles, is there sort of a bringing together of veterans or active duty, or people just who like to ride and say, you know, I'm going to stick that American flag in the back seat and I'm going to follow you guys? Is there an aspect like that to it?
Unfortunately, we can't provide a motorcycle to everyone that wants to ride with us. However, what we've done is we've tapped into the ridership community, both in the active component of the military and the veteran community. We've solicited organizations like Rolling Thunder, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and other organizations that we know have strong ridership with veterans and support those causes. And we've said, here's our route. It's 5,000 miles across the country. If you'd like to join, here's where we're going to have rally points. And I can tell you there's been a massive outpour of both support and people that want to join for different legs, that tell personal stories about people they know who have served on active duty or have struggled with suicide and as veterans. And what we've done is we've created a buzz about this. It's an awareness campaign. And to us, the more people that know about it, the more people that talk about it can either get the help they need or offer to help a veteran or a soldier in need.